So boom, we got a two-part video that's dropping. So this is going to be part one. Jermaine Dupri sat down with Steve Stout. Both of them are, you could say, record executives from the 90s, but as well, Jermaine Dupri is a producer. That's what he's more known for, being a legendary producer. So he's talking about some things as far as AI, and he's also going to be talking about some stuff in the other video. But we're going to stick to this right now as far as just AI. We're going to have the AI conversation. So let's get to it and see what he has to say. Be sure to put a like on the video. Let's get into it.
Talk about TikTok, AI. How do you feel like technology is changing and shaping music going forward?
Honest opinion is that it's doing it in a dumb way, right? It's not teaching people anything. And I feel like AI, if you're gonna use AI, you gotta use it in a smart way. Because the people that are touching it at this point, they don't understand some of the things that it could damage, right? Because like if you look at the Drake song when he used Snoop and Tupac's voice, I don't think that people listened to that and understood like how serious people take Tupac, right? Now Snoop might have been Snoop, he didn't really answer to it, but and I think Snoop understood why he shouldn't answer to it because it could have got really dangerous. And that's the part that I feel like people don't understand. I've been through hip hop, through every era. So that Tupac era and that Biggie era, I was there. That shit is real dangerous. It's not about like this ain't no play too, Instagram shit. Like, and it's people that really live that life, right? And they really live by that life. And the fact that you feel like you could just use Tupac voice and have him saying whatever,
shit on him like that,
and don't give us some kind of this is just a rap song, da da da. You gotta do like when BMF come on, like saying you gotta give us a little. This is
disclaimer.
Yeah, this think you just gonna keep jumping on the internet and do things with people's voices, and to me that's it's ignorance.
So that's one side of it. But do you see it as a tool? Like, I mean, Metro made BBL Drizzy, which that's AI. That's AI.
Well, he didn't make it. He sampled it.
He sampled it, but it's AI.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, I just feel like it has to have instructions with it, right? If somebody makes a song, like the BBL Drizzy song, they make a song, that's not somebody's voice. By the way, that's somebody, whoever the AI voice, which is cool at that point.
So the first thing that we're going to discuss as far as music-related AI, he says it's not teaching anybody and that you should use it in a smart way and et cetera, et cetera. So I use some of these AI tools myself. And this is the thing, as far as the music related stuff, it is kind of limited right now because it's relatively new and they just got it to a point where how you hear BBL Drizzy and all these other YouTube 70s remakes floating around and stuff like that. They just got it to a point where it could produce that quality within the past few months. Like, it hasn't been 6 months where this level of quality as far as putting in lyrics or just typing in a prompt could get you something that sounds as good, with whether they're fake generated voices or whether they're voices that they got from people and manipulated, which I'm sure that's what they've done as far as like people who have agreed to it that aren't celebrities. Because I know with Instagram, it's Snapchat or something. It's one of these social media platforms or one of these platforms that I have. I'm not sure which one. But you can talk to it so much. You could talk to it so much that it will generate a fake version of your voice, an AI version of your voice. And anything you type out, it'll read it. I can't remember which service does that. So with that, that's what's going on there. Now, where I disagree with just that part is that people are using it dumb and it should teach you. And this is the thing. It's a tool. I agree with him as far as saying you should use it smart and stuff like that. And you should figure out better. I feel like, especially because I use AI with the art and stuff like that, that has way less limitations, and it's way further you can push that as far as the results you can get from things like Midjourney, which produces AI pictures. So you can actually learn how to use that tool. You can learn and do different things to try and figure out how to make better prompts and et cetera, et cetera. But as far as teaching us anything, it's not a tool for learning. It's a tool for creation. So yeah, you should learn how to use the tool for creation, but it shouldn't. I don't necessarily agree that it has to be something to where we have to learn something from it. It has to help us get a result. That's how I feel, and that's just what it is. And the thing about it is, it's helping people get results easier, which I could get deeper into that, but I'm not on a music production channel, so I'm not going to speak over y'all heads or nothing like that. So with that being said, it's a tool, and that's all it is. It's not anything more than a tool. Now, the other thing that he mentioned as far as the Tupac stuff, let me just get this out the way real quick, because he's from the 90s, but he's not just from the 90s. He was somebody who was in the industry when Tupac was alive. He lived through the East Coast, West Coast beef. He's from the South, so he was going to both places. He knows rappers. He knows actual people who were involved with that. So to him, there is real danger in that, because not only has he seen lives lost to that, you know, he had to be cautious himself during those times. And he's been cautious the whole time, even after that, to just not even involve himself, not mix himself in to any extent, any degree. So I get that from his perspective, because he really witnessed how dangerous this could be. But let me tell you the reality. The reality is Tupac has been dead for like 25 years. That's the first thing. Let's just get that out the way. 25 years. The second thing, as far as that reality, the people who would really do something physical or anything like that, all those people, we're talking about the thugs, not the guy who, he was working at Circuit City in LA, and if you said something about Tupac, he'll fight you, not a regular fan. We talking about real gangsters and stuff like that, people who will really hurt you. 25 years ago, you see Mob James is old on Vlad TV. He's trying to do stuff to help the community and all this stuff. Like he can get on that, but he's not about to throw his life away over I'm sorry, over, and I don't think he's directly attached to that, but I'm saying like over some words about somebody that died 25 years ago that's not like directly close to him and stuff like that. Like that's just not about to happen. So the point I'm making here is these guys are old. And then this is the other point about that. It's only a few Mob James out here, bruh. It's not 58,000 Mob. No. It's only a few of them types of figures out here, bruh. Because guess what? The steppers died. They died. The people involved in the Biggie death and the people involved in the Tupac death, their identities have been exposed by multiple people on the West Coast. They died in the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, they're gone. So gangsters, like real gangsters, like they either go to jail or they die. If they really active, if they really tripping, like that's what happens. And even then, if they live outside of that, they done seen a lot of people die. If they make it to the age Mob James make it to, they chill all the way out, bro. They chill all the way out. That's just what it is. So it's not as dangerous. And you're going to see like Drake, and even then, somebody like Drake, he got security and all that stuff, top flight. Like, it's not that deep. And this last thing I'm going to say is going to let you know how deep it's not. How deep it is not. Draco the Ruler is from LA, and he talks down on Tupac on camera on big platforms multiple times. It says he wasn't a real gangster and just disrespects his whole memory. I haven't seen nobody I haven't seen none of them old people that you would think would like lash out on them. I ain't seen them get on the internet and do nothing. O3 Greedo just got out of jail. He be in LA. He be outside. He be everywhere, dog. Nobody's gonna do nothing to him over the Tupac slander. They just not. Now, I'm not saying everybody is like of his stature, but the whole point I'm making is like this boogeyman shit, like that shit is over as far as Tupac. It's over. Lil Yachty had some people on the bus who said like they was down talking Tupac like 10 years ago. And he didn't say nothing himself, but the people on the bus did. And guess what? Nobody ever applied no real pressure to this cat over that. So it's like that shit is dead. Like that. So I know I spent a lot of time on that, but that's what that is. Outside of that, as far as Drake using the voice, I do agree with him. That's kind of egregious for people to do. As far as, you know, industry rappers and stuff like that. I like the Drake track with Snoop and him on it. It's kind of funny. Even Snoop laughed at it and stuff like that. But even then, he mentioned like, oh, if Snoop had reacted, it could have got really dangerous, man. If you really like pay attention, and I'm not on the West Coast, but if you pay attention, if you really pay attention to like what's going on the West Coast and who be doing what and stuff, it's not like that, dog. It was some old head at Snoop Dogg like some years ago on some old Crippin' shit. And it's like, bruh, all that, bruh, I'm not even going to go back to the gangsterisms, man. Like, when niggas get old, man, that shit don't, but like, the super steppers do not, bruh, it don't be a lot of them that make it to that age, bruh. It's not a lot of them that make it to that age. Like, let me just keep it all the way real with you. We're going to get to this next joint. So that's part one. We're going to get into him talking about album sales and streaming and Sexy Red on the next video and academics. So with that, be sure to subscribe. You know, it's going to come out within some hours. It's going to come out same day pretty much. But also let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm out.